Hello, everybody. So thank you very much for joining our webinar this afternoon. We are here together with Genesys from Genesys and Deliberate. And I think we have some cool stuff here with you to present you some possibilities to include people in a contact center to use it in a more efficient way all around the Genesys portfolio in that way. So, and we are pleased that we have Jørgen from Genesys here, one of the founders, and I think he will give us a first nice insight into the specific topic we are talking about. Okay, so maybe we have some technical issues at the moment.
Okay.
No, you're back. Hi, Hans. So maybe you can give us a short insight about this topic.
I'll try to, and thank you for having Genesys here. As the founder of Genesys, I'm super excited that we can now kind of have both sides represented here. But Genesys is an app for blind people where you can make a video call, and get a volunteer to help you see something. And you can also make a call to a company, and that's what we are here about today. Shortly about the Genesys history, not all of it, but I came up with this idea almost 10 years ago, working for the Danish Blind Association. And I got to know a lot of blind people, and I very often met people who were using their smartphone and made FaceTime or Skype calls to friends and family. But one of them said, but I always have to call someone. And I was thinking, oh, we can make a group you can call. And that was kind of how Genesys came to existence. Because it can be troublesome if you always have to think about who to call. And we know there's a great deal of friendly people out there who are willing to help. So with the Genesys system, you can just press a button and then you will have a pair of eyes. And we can support you in 180 different languages and all around the world and all around the clock. So that is the basics of Genesys. And people are using it mainly in their home when they need to see something. They need to start their washing machine, or they need to read some food ingredients, or they drop something on the floor. But also when they are out and about, they can use Genesys in a store, or just finding their way, or finding a house number or something like that. And it's totally amazing how much people have been supporting Genesys. Right now, we have more than 6 million volunteers who have volunteered their time, which is the most valuable thing we have. And we have 450,000 blind and low vision people signed up all over the world. Of course, a lot in the US, but also in Europe, we have many blind users who are using Genesys every day. So that is kind of the very short version of it. The business part, where we are so happy that we can be working with Genesys, is that you also, instead of calling a volunteer, you can call a company. And have somebody from the company help you with one of the company's products. And the good thing about that is that we can make sure that the people at the company, they know it's a blind person that's calling in, because the call is coming from Genesys, and we can make sure that the support workers are aware of that. And also that it is the right person at the company who are getting the calls from the blind person. That makes the experience way better for both the blind person, but also for the support worker that is able to support in a way better way. So thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Hans-Jørgen. That's a very interesting part, yeah, because we are from Deliberate side, we are working on the other side of the story. So we are working on the assistance for the agent in that way. But I think Joe and Todd, you want to give us a short introduction about the working of Be My Eyes and how it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Marcus. So my name is Joe Weber. I'm a manager of accessibility solutions here at Be My Eyes, and I work with our existing customers to implement this solution and provide it as a customer experience platform specifically for customers who are blind and low vision. So I'll be sharing just a quick demo here to walk you through what the actual experience is like, both from the agent and the user perspective. On my screen here, you can see on the left-hand side a generic Genesys environment where an agent would actually be set up to answer a call from someone via Be My Eyes into their contact center platform. Obviously, we integrate with Genesys, so an agent can be on a phone call, they can be answering an email, handling a chat, they can also receive a notification from Be My Eyes. With all of our customers working globally, there is no one individual agent who is exclusively answering Be My Eyes for their full-time job. They're always doing some other channel work or other work outside of customer experience. So we just wanted to make the solution as simple as possible so someone can answer the call but go about their day with their other tasks. So on the right-hand side, showing just a quick demo environment from the user side. So what does it look like when someone opens up the Be My Eyes app and is able to actually connect to your company and then answer through Genesys? So obviously, what we've done over the past 7-8 years is really try to master the user experience on the phone for our users. So what you see on the right-hand side is what our users hear or see, depending on their level of sight. The first button is, of course, call a first available volunteer, and they can also either connect internally at their company. That's another solution we have called Be My Eyes for Work, or they can connect to specialized help. If they do connect to specialized help, they'll be brought to a directory of companies who offer services to blind and low vision users in the country that that user is located in. So in this case, someone is going to open what we call a company profile, which is your company's essentially window listing in the Be My Eyes app. Once you open up the app, you simply click that Call Acme Online Store button, and you'll be connected via one-way video, two-way audio to a Genesys agent from your company. So as you can see, I have an incoming notification from Be My Eyes. It's just another plugin widget on your Genesys environment. And simply by opening that widget or API integration in Genesys Cloud, now as the agent, I can see through the rear-facing camera of that user's phone screen. In this case, it's someone needing assistance of how to turn on or adjust the volume on this little speaker. So as an agent, I'm speaking to that person, but I am not on camera myself. I can walk that person through the use case they're helping with. Once I set them up, the call disconnects. The actual user will have the ability to rate the call as either thumbs up or thumbs down based on their experience. So that is a customer satisfaction score that the contact center team running this partnership can review and use to see how you're doing, assisting those users. And then, of course, the agent can make their own notes in Genesys Cloud, which are saved actually as an email interaction. And it's essentially a new customer who calls in. Oh, stop share. And then you're pretty much ready to go. So again, the folks answering these calls are doing other tasks besides Be My Eyes. It's simply just one other channel, in the same way that if you add a chat functionality or maybe WhatsApp communication, it's just saying, hey, we are available to our users through Be My Eyes. So right now we're working with organizations large and small, some of the largest tech companies in the world, like Microsoft, Google, Spotify, and Sony, but also just even working with local blindness organizations so they can provide support to their members in a small region or country. So a lot of different use cases, and it's really just the beginning with the help of partners like Deliberate and Genesys. Really looking forward to bringing this to the next stage. So happy to answer any other questions at the end of this call, but that is a little look into specialized help from Be My Eyes.
Okay, Joe. Yeah, thank you very much. It's the very cool stuff and a very smooth integration. So thank you for the demo of this side. So yeah, I think we would continue with our deliberate stuff here in this way. So maybe just a short introduction from my side. Yeah, I'm Marcus. I'm the co-founder and managing director of Deliberate. And today I am here with Chris Weber, our lead software architect. We're from Deliberate side. We are a resell and technology and app foundry partner from Genesys, and we are on the market for even more than 12 years now. We are acting partly or mainly in the German part and Switzerland, yeah. And now since August this year, we are part of the infinit.cx group. We have a strong solution portfolio in this way. We offer a wide range of services from consulting to realization, operational work, all in the customer service area in that way. And we offer our own software products, especially here for Genesys Cloud, which create an added value to our users and customers as well. Today, I want to speak here about our app shortyDings and shortyDings Assist. Yeah. Why did we develop this is a question, yes. We are facing two main issues with Genesys Cloud usability. First, the interface itself can only be controlled with mouse, and with the Genesys Cloud window in front. This is not really fast and efficient, and you only have to think about the huge screens today people are using, and also the distances you have to cover with a mouse. And the second point is there's no real possibility out of the box to use Genesys Cloud if you're not able to see the screen and the interaction handling properly. Though these facts, they limit the usability and accessibility from Genesys Cloud front end very significantly. So that's why we are developed the shortyDings and shortyDings Plus Assist, with keyboard control and audio output to enable Genesys Cloud to use for blind or visual impaired people. That's our aim, and all handling is also much more faster for all users, so it's not limited to this. But I think that's all in a nutshell. Chris, maybe you would demonstrate it to the audience how it looks like. That'd be great.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Marcus. Almost there. Share sound. We have audio output as well. And share my camera if you want to see me. Okay, I can't. No problem. So I guess you can see my screen. Yep. I hope you can see my screen. So Marcus, thank you. As Marcus said, the Genesys web UI, the front end is very sexy and nice. But what we noticed, so not only for blind, but also for agents in general, a nice UI is not necessarily a useful or very practical UI. Our agents in large contact centers, honestly, they wouldn't even care if you had a black and white monitor, a screen. They'd be happy with that. They would love to have a command, like a command prompt. They would work with that. Our agents have cheat sheets on the left and on the right with all the shortcut keys that you can imagine just to navigate faster. And with the browser UI, that's just not possible in general. So what we have built is shortyDings, as we said, in a funny naming convention. And it's a small application which just resides here in the system tray and is constantly on. What does shortyDings do? Well, shortyDings registers global Windows hotkeys. So every app has shortcut keys, but this is global hotkey. That means no matter in what app you currently are, you can trigger those. Let's maybe the fastest way to explain is to make a demo. So in shortyDings, what you can do. So this UI you see here from shortyDings is really just for administration purposes. This UI itself is really not user friendly at all. But this is something that you would need to set up once with a colleague of yours and go through the points that you want to register. So what we did is for basic commands. Sorry, I'm getting pop-ups here. For basic commands, you can assign your own. You can set up your own hotkeys. So let's just go through the type of commands that we have. We have get current agent status, get current calls waiting for each queue, get registration status, get some calls waiting for all queues. And basically these four first commands just give you information about your current state in Genesys, or the amount of waiting queues you have for the queues that you're responsible for. And then further on, we have commands like accept a call, edit queues, where you can define which queues you're active or inactive for. Then you have a hold call, initiate call, mute calls once on the hardware device, so on the Windows microphone, and once in Genesys. You can release all calls with one click, release or reject all incoming interactions, so not only calls. Because we've noticed agents that receive an email and shouldn't receive emails and really don't know then what to do, get really lost. Then we have report a problem. Yeah, and then some other things. When we have do transfer call, on hold call, on mute call, and then set break. So set your agent states, set break, set busy, set on queue. And then also set wrap up code. Then we have set ready, and then we have a few other functions where you could have a toggle button for mute or toggle buttons for hold, instead of having one dedicated hotkey for each. So it's up to you.
So at least we will have all shortcuts or functionalities necessary to have it on the first click, right?
Right. It's up to the agent to decide which one of these he requires or wants. And it's up to him to decide whether he wants to set hold call with a specific command and unhold call with a specific command, or to use a toggle button. So these are a lot of commands, and I have only set up a few here for myself. We can see that I registered set ready with Shift Control R, or set busy with Shift Control B, or I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see that, you can define all of these as you wish. So I've only set a few basic ones now for demo purposes. I'm going to close this window. As I said, it's only for configuration purposes, but I have a little cheat sheet here where all the commands are listed, because to be honest, I don't know them by heart. So we're going to open Genesys. I'm going to put the cheat sheet so I can see it and see Genesys in full screen as well. Yeah, and I'm going to log in. I'm going to sign in.
So at the moment, you're only using the mouse, as we can see it on the right upper corner in that way.
Correct. So yes, correct. As for the sign in, the initial sign in to Genesys, that's actually a quite good idea. We haven't thought about that. If there, maybe we could define also one command to go through the whole login process. Yeah, but in general, I think that is something that once you have done and the fields are pre-filled, you can just continue with enter, enter, enter. I guess that should work. But our shortyDings really only starts once you're fully logged into Genesys. By the way, also this works for Salesforce integration, not only the Genesys cloud in general. So I said I have all these nice commands, but let's see if that's true. So I'm going to set myself to busy. I think that was Shift Control B.
Busy.
And so now for the first time, you also heard the feedback, the audio feedback, which is just Windows's text-to-speech, built-in text-to-speech engine. Yeah, and I'm just going to toggle, you know,
Ready.
set ready, set busy.
Busy.
Then I can set myself on queue. I can't because no, it's queue, I guess.
On queue.
Yeah. I didn't remember the command. And the reason I have this tool up here that displays the commands, that's just for everyone in the meeting that wants to see those, you know, just to so you can tell that I'm not, you know, just making these up. So basically I'm on queue now, and I could have an incoming call happening. So I'm going to simulate the customer side for a second. If you hear my phone, that's just, yeah. Okay. And now I should receive a call any moment. And with Shift Control A,
Accept.
I can accept that call. So now I'm only using the keyboard. My mouse is standing still.
we can follow this, yeah. This
You
is
can-
proof, yeah.
You believe me, yeah. So I can hang up the call with the Shift Control X,
Reject.
which I said is reject any type of interaction or call. Now I can set the wrap-up code because it's waiting for me to set the wrap-up code.
Wrap up.
I set wrap-up. And yeah, now I've done one full short call flow. Further than that, I can go in here and...
On queue.
No, sorry. I missed... I set up the command wrong for set queues. So I'm going to go in here. Please excuse me. Edit queues. I did not set it at all. I'm just going to invent something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
Edit queues.
if I want to edit queues, I get a forms, a dialogue, a prompt. And obviously it's difficult, you know, it's usable visibly, but also acoustically. So if I want to cancel, you know, if I got lost, I can just press escape.
Okay.
And then I'm back to where I was before.
Edit queues.
Or I can use the up down arrow keys and check in which state is that queue.
CWE test queue active.
CWE test queue is active. I could disable that queue.
CWE test queue inactive.
And we could check in Genesys, and Genesys will hopefully say the same thing. That CW key EQ is inactive, and the other two queues are active. So I'm only just now realizing that I have Genesys set up in English. Sorry for that. And then I can re-enable that queue from the dialog here.
CWE test queue active.
And here I need to refresh for it to be visible. Yeah, no, they're all active. So I can control my what my agent,
Okay.
what departments my agent wants to work for, or which queues he wants to work for. I can accept, I can initiate, I can release a call, I can transfer a call. Also there, a small pop-up will open where I can I can make it quick demo. Try to make it fast. Okay, so I'll receive a call again.
Accept.
Accept the call. Okay, I'm hearing my feedback. And then I have Shift Control T for transfer.
Select target.
And I can select the target. And so for usability purposes, I cannot leave this dialog. If I press anywhere else, I still remain inside this dialog. I have to fulfill it or press escape. And I can just enter a standard phone number or use quick shortcut keys where you can do quick Q1, and then you have to remember, and you have to preset these quick shortcut keys. They can be a queue, they can be a phone number. Yeah, and in this case, I remember that Q1 is for Chris Weber, well, my own mobile phone. And all I do then is press enter.
Transferred to Q1.
And I'm receiving a phone call on my private mobile phone, which I could take. Hello.
So this is very easy. You only use the keyboard and you don't need access to your mouse, and you can hear all interactions. So That's very cute in that way. Yeah. So, but your screen looks very light at the moment. So, how is it looking if we have a lot of more windows here?
So yeah, that's exactly the good point. If I were to work on something completely different, you know, I don't know, Excel, or even a Citrix remote session to a completely different computer, and I had that full screen, I can still control my agent state. So I'm going to hang up that call.
Reject.
I rejected the call.
Wrap up.
Set the wrap up code. And I can set myself, I see here I'm blue, so I'm on queue. I can set myself to ready.
Ready.
So maybe you can type in and we can see that you are filling in the forms. Yeah,
and I'm not even stealing the focus of what I'm actually doing. I'm still in that form, even in that very field. And if I were now to change my agent state to ready, I'm still typing in that field. I never lose focus.
That's why it is very important to have also the possibility to change the keyboard settings, the shortcut settings. So even if there are any special applications on the computer, you can change your default settings to a never used one. Yeah.
Correct.
That's great. Okay. So maybe you have can you make an incoming? Can you make an incoming call as well?
True. I can also make an outgoing call. Yes, I guess.
Make an incoming. That's a typical use case, I think. Yeah.
Select target.
So I can make a call here. I have a similar dialogue to the transfer dialogue for visual use, and for non-visual use. You now know it said select target, so you now know that you're in this input field, and you can then dial a number. Also here I have the possibility to make that call on behalf of a certain outgoing queue, so that's optional. But now I'm just going to make a call and call myself again. Let's see.
Calling +49170 286 1634.
And yeah, I'm getting this call.
On my phone.
Okay, that's fine. So you don't have to go into Genesys Cloud window at all. Yeah? So you stay in Excel. You can stay in your CRM application as well. So it's not necessary to switch to the contact center interface. Yeah.
Correct. So
that's very
essentially
helpful.
It's not only useful for visually impaired. It's also very useful for agents in general. And essentially, what we created is a hybrid desktop, but there's no real GUI to it. It's mostly all done by hotkeys. But essentially, you could say it's a Genesys Cloud hybrid of some sorts. And yeah, you register your system hotkeys and then can control most of the call features throughout Windows.
I think there are typical applications also in this special area in use. So maybe you will have other supportive software installed where you can read screen, or you can read the buttons, something like that. So it will work with this as well, and that's also why you can choose your own shortcuts in this configuration. Okay.
Yeah, I think that covers it pretty much. So I'm done with the presentation, unless Marcus. No, I think we're done, right? And then I stop sharing.
No, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I think that's it for the moment from our side, and from the colleagues from Be My Eyes as well. So I'm not quite sure if we have any questions from the audience here at the moment. But I'm not quite sure if there's something in the chat or if there's someone calling.
No questions at the moment.
No questions at the moment, yes.
Okay.
But I would like to say that I'm really, really impressed, and it's pretty obvious that you know what you're talking about, because shortcuts and hotkeys, that is what makes it actually possible for blind and low vision people to operate in these settings here. So this is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
you.